In this lecture, I'll talk about the hardware that you'll need to successfully complete the learning objectives of this course. You can find a detailed listing of both software and hardware requirements in the course's parts page on the Tech Explorations website, and you can see the URL in this slide. For most of the experiments in this course, I'll use the Arduino Nano 33 IoT. This is a device that I really enjoy using. It has a modern size and shape and easily fits on a micro breadboard. It runs on a 3.3 volt supply voltage, has built-in Wi-Fi and an inertia measurement unit, an IMU sensor, with an accelerometer and gyroscope. We'll be using the Wi-Fi as our preferred connectivity method and the data from the IMU to play around with many of the Blynk widgets. The Arduino Nano 33 IoT works great with the Arduino IDE, and anyone with knowledge of the Arduino Uno can feel at ease with it. Just remember that it operates at 3.3 volts and do not apply 5 volt to any of its pins. If you don't have an Arduino Nano 33 IoT and don't want to get one, that's not a problem. You can use any other Arduino or ESP32 board you may have. You'll need to adjust the connectivity method and find an alternative sensor for the experiments where I use the IMU. I also use a generic ESP32 dev kit for an experiment where I demonstrate a dual device Blynk project. If you don't have an ESP32 or prefer to use something else, feel free to use a second Arduino. I'm not using any special features of the ESP32. I just use it to control a bunch of LEDs. Here's a list of other components that you'll need. You probably have most of them already, except perhaps for the Adafruit MCP9808 precision temperature sensor. If you don't have this sensor, feel free to use a sensor that you already have in your kit. The purpose of the sensor is to supply us with data so that we can play around with the various display widgets. You'll find a full list and links to Amazon in the parts page URL that you can see in this slide.